Hey guys, and welcome back for another short flow. Today's sequence is all about building skills and drills to help you find your float. So that transition may be from forward fold to down facing dog and back up to forward fold without taking the step. So finding your float by pressing through your hands and jumping back, but finding that hang time in between. So this is what this session is going to help you with. You don't need anything really at all today other than some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and an object. This could be a yoga block like this, or an object of a similar size. You're not going to be putting any weight through it, it's just going to help you create some space and make sure that you create that space whilst you're trying to find your float. So grab whatever you have to hand. The bigger, the more challenging, remember, and you will be using it at the 3 different levels, so flat, on its side and on its end. And then whenever you're ready, just come and join me on the mat. So we're going to start today's session in down facing dog. We're going to do a few warm-up transitions from down facing dog to high plank, really trying to plant our shoulders and shoot that body weight forward. So whenever you're ready, come into that down facing dog position, spreading your fingers, gripping the mat with your hands, taking your feet to the back of the mat, press your head through your arms, open up those shoulders, push the sit bones nice and high, find that nice V-shaped position in your down facing dogs. And then on your inhale, we're going to roll forward, shooting that weight forward. So really planche up through the shoulders, press through the ground, and try and almost round that space between your shoulders. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Exhale, press back to down facing dog. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, planche, rolling through to high plank. Exhale, press back. 3 to go. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. Really press that ground away. Exhale, press back to down facing dog. 2 more to go. Inhale, roll forwards, press through those shoulders. Exhale, press back. Last one. Inhale, roll forwards, press through those shoulders. Exhale, press back to down facing dog. Come down to your knees and just take a moment there in child's pose to catch your breath. From down facing dog, we're going to start to learn how that weight might feel as you're moving forwards into that forward fold. So we're going to start in that down facing dog position and just take a step forwards with one foot and then the other, really thinking about planching through the shoulders to lift the body weight forward. So you're going to roll forwards first, create that space between the ground and your chest, and then just step your foot through and step to Uttanasana forward fold. Once you're there, step back to down facing dog and try the other side. So roll forwards, planche that ground away, find that space, and then step the opposite foot through this time and come into Uttanasana forward fold. Exhale, and then step back to down facing dog. Progressing on from there, you're going to then learn to walk your feet in on your tiptoes. So we're going to walk the toes all the way in, finding that planche position. Come all the way up onto your tiptoes, so you're forced to push the ground away until your feet are right underneath you and you can relax on your heels. Then step back to down facing dog. We'll do that 2 more times. So find your down facing dog position and then come up onto your tiptoes, planching through the shoulders to create space to get your legs underneath you. Press that ground away and then come into your forward fold. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, walk the feet back into down facing dog. Find that position, come up onto your tiptoes, walk the feet underneath you, pushing the ground away, coming into that forward fold position. Exhale, and then just come back down to extended child's pose for a few breaths to shake it off. Maybe relax your shoulders this time, arms by your side. The next drill we're going to do are forward fold walks. So you're going to start at the back of your mat in a forward fold position, and we're just going to gently plant the hands in front of our feet and then press through the ground to lift our feet to meet our hands and then take our hands forward. So you're just taking kind of a little step by step all the way to the front of the mat, finding your float in between and finding that kind of lift in between that you need for that eventual float when you come to do it in a more, a bigger capacity. So come into your forward fold position at the back of your mat, plant your hands, grip the mat with your hands. So press the hands into the mat and try and grab the mat so that you have space. Don't just plant your hands flat against the mat. You need to grip it with your fingertips. Imagine you're using it like your feet. And then you're going to press through your hands, rock the body weight forwards, find your float, and then step your feet in. So it's just very small movement to begin with, all the way to the front of the mat. Come up to the front and then take yourself back, and we'll do it again. So come to the back again, hands go down, make sure you've got space for your feet to go between, walk forwards, finding that float each time, and then again walk to the back of the mat for a third and final time, fold forwards, find that position with your hands just in front of the feet, press into the ground, float, all the way forwards, and relax. The final drill that we're going to do before we start practicing on our full floats is with a block, and this is going to help you find the extent of the lift that you need. So we want to think about lifting the hips up above the head, because eventually all this work will help you with a handstand press or similar, or your inversions. It's helping you build that strength that you're going to need. So we'll start with the block in the center of the mat. Place it on its lowest level. So mine's gone flat. You're going to come into that down dog position. So the block's in the center, your hands are at the front, your feet are at the back, block's underneath you. You're going to tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. To get to the front, you're going to need to float, so you're going to bend your knees and you're thinking about doing like a bunny hop. So your feet are going to land between your hands, but you don't want them to touch the block. So think about lifting them high enough to get over that block. So you're going to bend the knees, inhale as you look forwards, and as you exhale, hop over the block, find your forward fold. If that was difficult, feel free to practice that one a few more times. If you want to progress, you guessed it, put the block up a little bit higher. Come into your down facing dog position again. Look forwards, bend the knees, get ready to planche through those shoulders. Find a little bit more air if you can this time. Inhale, exhale, hop. Again, if that was difficult for you, feel free to practice there for a few more times. If you want to progress, we go up to the highest stage of the block or your object, whatever you've got. Take your hands back to the front of the mat, feet go back, down facing dog. And think about really lifting the hips high this time to get the body over that block. So you're going to inhale as you look forward, bend the knees, and as you exhale, really planche, hop, find down facing Uttanasana, forward fold. And if you want to practice that, pause the video for a few times until you found your confidence, feel free. Meanwhile, if you want to get rid of the block, we can go on to the next bit and just practice a few more times without the block, seeing if you can lift higher each time. So I want you to focus on that bunny hop, really lifting the feet up above, or the hips up above the head. So you're going to bend the knees and then float up. So you want to find that hang time. So take a few goes at that, finding your hang time each time, maybe trying to press into the ground higher. So you're planching through the shoulders, using that upper body to help you out. So bend the knees, inhale, hop. 3 to go. So come back to the down facing dog position each time. Look forwards, inhale, and try and land really softly. Try and land so that you can't hear your feet at all, almost. Don't land too heavily because that shows that you're not controlling the movement. So 2 to go. Bend the knees, look forwards, inhale, and as you exhale, float. Last one, step all the way back, down facing dog, bend the knees, look forwards, inhale, exhale, float. And there you have it, guys. So you can keep practicing that until maybe you come to a kind of handstand press if you want to, until your legs get higher and higher, and then eventually you can kind of start to play with that float, or maybe take it into an inversion, or do whatever you like. So give it a go, let me know how you get on. If you need any help, I'm always here, and good luck. Catch you later.